friends, today we are going to make gnocchi. It's much easier than you think, and there is not much measurement to do, so we will show you. What do we need for the potato gnocchi? We need about 2 pounds of potatoes, 1 egg, and some semolina flour, and some all-purpose flour, and a pinch of salt. We will boil first the potatoes with the skin on, and with the water with a little salt in it, and then we are going to peel them while they're still warm, not hot because you can burn your fingers. I know because when I was little, my mom made us peel the potatoes while they were still hot, so I know what it means to be left holding the hot potato. Okay? So here we go. We're going to put a couple of teaspoons of coarse salt, and then in the boiling water we're going to put our potatoes. So be careful not to burn yourself. Okay? So we're going to do about 1 pound. Okay? We don't need that many, just for demonstration. So we boil them for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to strain them. We're going to let them cool down a little bit. While we wait for the potatoes to boil, we're going to make a simple and delicious sauce. If you like gorgonzola, a gorgonzola and cream sauce. So we just need butter, gorgonzola, cream, and some fresh meat. We start with a little butter in the pan. We melt it, and then we're going to add a little flour to make a roux. We also have here a little bit of stock, but it could be water or it could be milk. You know, I like the stock. The stock is a vegetable stock made with celery, carrot, onion, tomato, bay leaf, garlic, and peppercorns. All with the skin on, all chopped up big. So it's time to add our flour. And we're going to add a little bit of stock. And then we're going to add our gorgonzola and our cream. This is about 3/4 cup of cream. Makes about 2 or 3 portions. Normal size portions. Like first course, not main course. As you know, in Italy, pasta, including gnocchi and risotto, is eaten as a first course. Most likely because the starch fills you up, so you didn't have to have a big portion of meat, which of course, as you know, is not very good for your cholesterol. Or rather, it's very good for your cholesterol, but not very good for you. Cholesterol loves fat and sugar, but not your body. Your body does not love cholesterol. Although there are studies that say that our body does need a little cholesterol. A little salt, a little white pepper, not black, white, because it's a white sauce. Less than a tip of a teaspoon. So we stir on low heat, or medium, let's say, until the gorgonzola is all melted, and we start having a little foaming. And then we're going to put some fresh mint. I'm going to start taking the mint off the stem. So the mint takes off the strong musty flavor from the dish, from the sauce, the gorgonzola sauce, and turns it into a delicious, delicious aroma. Alright, so the cream is starting to foam, and we want it a little more dense. The flour that we have put in it at the beginning is going to cook and thicken, and the sauce is going to become thicker. So the gorgonzola is already melted, but we're going to wait for the cream sauce to thicken up a little bit more, just a little, okay? Okay, so our sauce looks cooked, it's nice and creamy, so that's good enough. We're going to take it off the heat. While we wait for the potatoes to finish boiling, we're going to make another sauce, a simple tomato and basil sauce, and we're going to be using crushed tomato, but these are whole peeled tomatoes that I crushed myself, some onion, some garlic, some fresh basil, and Parmigiano cheese. First of all, we are going to chop our onion. As you know, we make vertical cut first, close together, being careful not to cut the end piece. Then we do a horizontal cut, but not all the way through, and then like that, okay? It's very quick and easy if you have a sharp knife. Here we go, we have our onion. We're going to put them in a little bowl, and we can start cooking our sauce. It's very, very quick. I'm going to take it over to the cooking station. So, for the tomato sauce, we're going to start with extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of the pan and onions, the chopped onions. We're going to saute the onions until they are soft, and then we're going to add the tomato, the whole tomato. So we fry the onions in extra virgin olive oil on a medium to high heat, being careful not to burn them. Alright, we get them until they are a bit transparent and starting to go golden, which is almost ready. So the smaller pieces are starting to become golden. It's time to add our whole peeled tomatoes, which I crushed myself. So I leave a little bit of chunky pieces. More like a natural tomato. So the whole peeled tomatoes, if you buy Italian, they're good quality, and they don't need to be cooked very long because we want to preserve the fresh taste, almost like if they were fresh. So if you don't cook the sauce too much, it's going to be okay. So we're going to add also half a teaspoon of salt, maybe 1 teaspoon. Okay, a little bit of white pepper, and crushed garlic. These crushed garlic in olive oil, crushed with a hand blender. Why hand blender? Because it's too small a quantity to use a regular blender. You need like 5 or 6 heads of garlic to use a regular blender. Alright, so we bring it to the boil, let it cook for 5 minutes or less, and then it's ready. And then we're going to add the fresh basil. So a lot of people say, oh, when I was, especially Italian Americans, they remember their parents cooking tomato sauce all day long. So they have misunderstood this thing, that they will be cooking one tomato sauce all day long. No, they would be making batches of tomato, which they would cook all day long, but it didn't take that long. So the whole peeled tomatoes you buy in the can nowadays, they're already partially cooked. So you don't need to cook them a lot. Also because if you cook them too much, they will taste like tomato paste. So you want to just, a little more than warm them up, but not much more. The only problem with tomato sauce is it spits. It's a very rude sauce. Alright, so to this sauce you can also add some mozzarella if you want, or scamorza, or provolone cheese. We're going to add Parmigiano, make a simple sauce but delicious. It goes very well with the fresh basil that we're going to add. So the sauce is cooked, it's time to add our basil. You don't have to chop the leaves if they are small like these ones. Well, to you maybe they're not small, but they're not very big. So, my idea of adding basil to tomato sauce is that you can never put too much basil in the sauce. So we wilt the basil and the sauce is ready. So see, it wasn't enough. A little more. A lot of basil. Or basil, as the British and the Australians say, and New Zealanders. There we go. So we have a lovely sauce with lots of basil and it's ready. So our potatoes are now soft and they're ready, they break, so they're ready to be taken out. And we let them cool down a little bit before we peel them, otherwise we will scald our fingers. We're going to peel our potato with a paring knife. So why cook the potatoes with the skin on? First of all, they have more flavor. But when you take the skin on, you don't take much potato with it at all. It's only skin. But if you peel them, you definitely take a lot of potato with it, even if you use a potato peeler. There we go, put our potato in there. Potatoes hold the heat very well. They're full of water. They're round. They're flat, it's much easier. Alright. Okay, finito. So we're going to start by crushing the potatoes with a fork. Quite easy, just smash them, but smash them really well, okay? So to make it easier, you can cut the potato in half and put the flat side down and then scrape with your fork. So now, what to do for the potatoes to mix it? So we need 1 egg, as we said, and we need some semolina flour and some plain flour. You can also use only plain flour or only semolina, but only semolina makes the gnocchi very, very firm. So we go half and half, and with the semolina flour and with all-purpose flour. In Italy we use 00, that's our all-purpose flour. Alors, here we have 1 bowl, it doesn't matter what size, this is about 1 pound of potatoes now. And we're going to prepare another bowl with semolina flour and all-purpose flour. We can tell it's semolina flour because it's more yellow. And all-purpose flour, about half and half, okay? So basically, we have 1 cup of potato, 4 cups of potato and 4 cups of flour, and 1 egg, and also some salt. So we're going to start by also adding 2 teaspoons of salt to the flour, and then we're going to mix the egg and the potato. So we're going to use spatulas. So we have 2 equal volumes of potato and flour. This doesn't work by weight, huh? So we mix the flour and the potato So the semolina makes the gnocchi a little firmer, but don't put too much because otherwise the gnocchi become too tough. So we want firm gnocchi, but not like a bullet. So the ones you buy in the supermarket, they use dried potatoes, dried potato flakes, and semolina flour only, because this way it is going to be harder and they last longer on the shelf. But when you cook them, it's like eating rubber bullets. In fact, in Italy, what they do, the police, for example, they use this gnocchi as a more humane way to control crowds for a riot control, and they start shooting gnocchi, and a little bit later they start shooting tomato sauce. So all the protesters stop and start asking for cheese and forks. So the protest is finished. Much better, right? Would be nice if it could be done that way, no? So I use the spatulas, especially when we add the egg, because at the beginning that egg is really sticky. We don't put a lot of egg because the egg tends to make the mix too firm, because the eggs are used to firm up. So now we can use our hands. Not only we can, but we have to. There you go. So we squeeze. It looks a little dry, but it isn't. Squeeze. Try to make a nice ball of dough. Reminds me of the reason why bakers get up so early in the morning and work so hard. And somebody asks, why? Because they want to make a lot of dough. Bakers, they want to make a lot of dough in the morning, so they get up early and work very hard. Somebody calls these jokes dad jokes. I don't know why, especially the Australians. You can't tell dirty jokes to your children, can you? You gotta be polite, right? Alright, so here we go. So we have a nice mix of gnocchi. It has a nice feeling. Feels a bit firmer than pizza dough, or bread dough. And we're going to add a little flour, and then we're going to turn it into gnocchi. We want to make it not so wet, so we're going to remove this chopping board and we're going to do everything on the table directly. So here we go. Start cutting in smaller pieces and we turn it into like sausages. It's too big. Cut it half. I'm going to make it like a, I don't know, hot dog. Hot dog under the midday sun. They say only Englishmen work in the under the mid. Only Englishmen and the dogs work in the midday sun, right? It was like a movie or something. All right, looking good. So you don't want to make them too small or too big. Yeah, but not small or what's big. I know. Everybody asks. What's small and what's big. So my mom used to say, well, when it looks right or when it feels right, you know when it's right. People who've been doing the same recipe for 30 years or 40 years, they don't have to measure it, they just do it without thinking, because they've been doing it so many times in the same pot, in the same quantity, that it's like second nature. So here we have some gnocchi here, and we're going to cut them, okay? We have a little extra flour, maybe semolina flour, so they don't stick so much, because semolina flour absorbs a lot of liquid, and this way it doesn't stick so much. So we're going to start cutting the gnocchi. So this is the quick way. Now we do Karate Kid. When he was learning to do karate. Put the wax on, put the wax off. Put the wax on, take the wax off. Here's what we're going to do. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Just like that. Just mix. You want to turn them into a round piece. So we want to round the edges, and at the same time we want the gnocchi to be coated with flour so that they don't stick together. Huh? So this is very good to do with semolina flour. So what to do with the gnocchi once you made them? You either cook them right away or you freeze them. Huh? So freezing like fresh pasta and gnocchi is a good idea. So we're going to put these on the dish and then we're going to cook them. So if you freeze them, you have to freeze them right away because they start sticking. And there is another way. You can boil them and then chill them under the cold water under the tap and strain them, and then add a little olive oil and toast them by hand or with a spoon, and then you can keep them in the fridge for a couple of days and they won't stick to each other. So they will be cooked and coated with oil. Beautiful. So you want to put a ridge on your gnocchi. You take a gnocchi, put it on your fork. Okay, let's take a clean fork. We take a gnocchi, we place it there, make a little indentation and then pull it, okay, like that. So it has to be done quickly. Alright, push down and roll. Push against the fork and roll a little bit, don't push too hard, okay. Ta-da! It's a little time consuming, but they look pretty. Just roll them on the fork, a little bit of pressure and roll them. There you go. So one set without ridges and one set without. Beautiful. They feel nice consistency. Not too soft, not too firm. You should make beautiful gnocchi. Job, Paolo, you've done a great job. I'm very proud of you. All right. You can do this again whenever you want. I take out the gnocchi. Right. Again, if you want to use them right away, boil them right away, or freeze them with ridges and without. So we are going to boil the gnocchi. We're going to put 3 spoons of salt because it was a lot of water. And we're going to drop our gnocchi. The gnocchi have about 4 to 5 minutes cooking time. We put them in nice hot water and we wait until they start floating. And then we count about 3 minutes. But I have a better method. I just feel them, and when they're bouncy, they're ready for their cooking. Make sure they don't stick to the bottom. Okay? These are almost ready. Meanwhile, we have our tomato sauce. Warm up our tomato sauce and our gorgonzola sauce. So let's check. They're still soft. They should be more rubbery. They should like bounce back. But they've only just come to the surface, so we'll leave them a few more minutes, like 2 or 3. We're gonna add some extra olive oil to the tomato sauce. Flavor. We're also going to add some fresh basil at the very end. Alright, looking good. Gnocchi is a very popular pasta and easy pasta to make because really you need flour, potato and egg and you don't need any tools except for a fork. So the fork is the only tool you need, and the spatula is just there for helping, but no food processor, no grinders, nothing. And it can be done in a very, very short time with inexpensive ingredients, and adults and kids love them. Almost ready. Going to add Parmigiano. That thickens up the sauce a little bit. And finito, ready, pronto. Now with the tomato. Tomato sauce. And we incorporate Parmigiano inside, and then we're going to put some on top as well. So I've turned the heat off before adding the Parmigiano cheese, otherwise it melts too much. It's already started to make a few threads. Alright, so now it's time to plate it. To make this dish special, we're going to add some fresh mint, which we are going to cut into a julienne, or rather a chiffonade, and then we're going to put it inside that sauce. This turns this sauce into a delicious combination. Beautiful. There we go. And we put fresh mint. And now the tomato sauce. This is a beautiful color. So the combination of this plate with the red of the tomato is perfect. Beautiful, look at that. Awesome!